How long does it take you to write a book? And have you got faster lately?
Oh, I wish I had. I take a full year for each book. I At one point, my publisher for the Waves of Freedom series, they said, "Can we do it any faster? Do you think you can try for 9 months?" And I said, "Okay, I'll try it." Oh, it was hard. It was so hard. And what I found was I could write the book in 9 months, but I could do nothing else. So when my daughter, so when anything goes on in life, there was no room for life, and life happens. So I needed room for life, and I'm glad I went back to a year. There was a big push in the mid 2010s when ebooks were really starting to take off, and people
Mm.
who were publishing lots of books a year were having a lot of success. But the traditionally published authors, they found, especially historical fiction, you just need time. The research, the layers, it just takes time to write. And even a year is hard. And this year I had a lot of life. There was, a health crisis in the family, and that took a lot of time. And I ended up having to get an extension on my deadline because it was just too much. And the year before we'd moved, so I'd had an extension the year before because moving just takes so much time. So, a year works out great. With I do a lot of outlining, so it takes me a couple months to get my outline done, and I'm doing a lot of research during the outlining phase, and then, 4, 5, 6 months to write my rough draft, and then I like to have a month or 2 to edit. This year I had 4 days. 4 days! It was not enough.
No.
So that's why I told my agent, "This is the worst thing I've ever written." So, because I do not like having only 4 days to edit it. It's definitely not enough. But, and then I have to figure in publicity time. Each Like, for example, my Embers in the London Sky came out February 6th. So the month of February is pretty much all publicity all the time. So this year I was finishing my rough draft too because of that extension. Usually you turn your book, for those of us who are published once a year, my deadline is pretty much my release date. So I'm turning in one book and then the other book is being published. So that usually works out very nicely. But so this so publicity takes a lot of time, and I I imagine it's actually, if you subtract all the other stuff that I do, it's probably about 6 months total of writing time. If I if the writing life was only writing, I could probably get a book done every 6 months, but it isn't. There's so much other stuff that's going on.